The Super Eagles of Nigeria played against Gabon yesterday and they won the game 4-1. A lot of nervy moments, a lot of missed chances, but ultimately the most important stuff is the score sheet. They got the job done. But the question I have for the legend himself, Mr. Shina Okeleji, today is, did they get the job done well enough, in a way you're convinced enough going into Sunday, sir?
I mean, when a team scores 4 goals, it doesn't matter whether, the people who don't agree, naysayers and all of that, have an opinion. You don't have an opinion when a team has won 4-0. The Super Eagles never score more than, 2 goals until they play Benin. So now we are in the moment of 4 goals all the time for the Super Eagles. And you see the fact that they score 4 goals simply nullify any concern that people had. Yes, were they wasteful? Absolutely. Could they have gotten the job done in 90 minutes? Absolutely. But did they get it done? Yes. Did they win? Yes. Nigeria will be contesting against DR Congo. Gabon, who many thought maybe gave them a little bit of scare or whatever, are in Libreville, and the Super Eagles are here in Rabat.
Okay, so before we pick apart performances from yesterday, let's just talk about the coach. I mean, he came in under a cloud. You had the video saying how dare them employ a Malian for a national team, and then he came in with an uphill task, with the way the past and the former coaches left us in the World Cup and qualifying stages. That's referring to Jose Peseiro and Finidi George. However, he has come in, he has done the job. 10 games at the moment, unbeaten. Can you say you can make an estimation of or pass a vote on Eric Shell's tenure so far?
I think it was only people who have no idea what the real situation is with Nigeria that were doubting Eric Shell's ability to steer the Super Eagles out of the predicament they were in when he took over. He inherited a team in trouble. He inherited a team in shambles. And Nigerians in their whole, the fact that they have a entitled, entitlements, they feel they have too much exaggeration of who they really are. The Super Eagles were struggling, they were in a bad place, yet people were criticizing the appointment of Eric Shell. I was one of those who didn't criticize, because you wanted Avi Rena, he turned you down. Johansson from Sweden rejected you. Labadia rejected the Super Eagles. Who do you have steering the Super Eagles out of the predicament? Eric Shell. Most times when Nigerians condemn a coach, the coach has gone on to actually Genetro. Even with Joseph Peseiro to the finals of the Afcon.
True.
So I think we were unnecessarily unfair. There were certain individuals, people who contributed to the demise of the name Nigeria in world football, were one of those who said, who is this Eric Shell?
Yes.
Yet Eric Shell has proven to Joseph Peseiro, George Finidi, and all of the so-called top leaders at the Nigerian Football Federation that, given the job, given the support, he can deliver. If other people had 3 or 4 of Eric's results, Nigeria won't be playing in this playoff.
True.
So I think, in my own assessment of him as a coach, I think he's done well for the Super Eagles. He's done absolutely magnificent for the team in terms of rebuilding a team, giving them. They don't really have the identity that Nigerians want to see.
True.
But they have an identity of a team that knows what they want to do.
Yeah.
They get the job done. Against Benin, against Gabon, they've really shown that they are Super Eagles and no longer the Super Chickens that many had already tagged them before those last 2 games.
Okay, so now talking about the players now, let me just start with the elephant in the room, Benjamin Frederick. Was not invited to a Unity Cup, right? Was given an invite because, you are around, you are in Brentford, right? Just come join us. Abba Musa just went for his wedding. And then he came, trained a couple of times, and then joined the team for the Unity Cup, played, impressed, went with them to Russia, and now he is a mainstay in the Super Eagles. I mean, just explain that rise. It almost makes no sense.
Absolutely, it makes no sense. If it makes sense to you, then it is tasteless. So it shouldn't be. It shouldn't. But the thing is, the boy showed potential at the Afcon under-20 in Egypt.
That's true.
He went to the World Cup. He showed potential. Certain teams were after him, and all of that. It was a moment of opportunity and being prepared for the opportunity. It was right there, like you said, in West London when the team was camping, because we always have issues with visas. You remember 6 players or 5 players weren't in the team, so he was just around. And for the coach to have seen some quality in what he did,
Yeah.
I think it's kudos to the coach. It's kudos to the leadership of the Nigerian Football Federation. We love wiping them. We love flogging them.
We love wiping them. That's true.
Yeah. But for once, and kudos to Moses Simon, whose wife's academy produced the player.
Perfect,
We
yeah.
have so many players in the team, and then you have to trust in the coach. You have to understand that he saw something in just one training and gave that boy an opportunity. This is the player that Ladamboso, who is claiming that that's my boy, dropped on the almost dropped on the eve of the Afcon under 20.
Yeah.
Now everyone, so that is, you know how many players had gone under the radar.
Sure.
Today it's Benjamin Frederick.
Yeah.
Tomorrow we don't know. It might be your son. It might be someone else's.
That just goes under the radar.
That goes under the radar as well. That is why from our under 17 to under 20, we have talent. We need to nurture them properly and leave the coaches to do their job.
Leave the coaches to do their job. Say that at the right moment.
Yeah.
Okay. So aside from Benjamin Frederick, who were your standout performers for yesterday?
All of them. I think this is something we do badly. Yeah, Samuel will say Samuel. Yeah, says
Osai?
Osai.
Yeah.
The name.
Yeah.
Apologies for that. Moments, deflection, the pull back that could have caused.
That could have been a penalty on VR review. Yeah.
Some of them said they didn't see Iwobi on the pitch. If you listen to Nigerians, you will not support the Super
I
Eagles.
see.
You understand? So for me, I think they all did well. It takes a team to win matches.
Yeah.
Victor Osimhen, despite scoring 2, he himself held himself to say, look, I blew 2 chances. If I didn't score that, nobody will forgive me. I realized that I needed to deliver as well. All of the players did exceptionally well. Wilfred Finidi run ragged on the pitch. Alex Iwobi on his 90th appearance for Nigeria. Kevin Bassey and Benjamin Frederick, in the heart of defense. Whether I would like it or not, Zaidu Sanusi didn't play like a player just coming back from injury.
Oh.
Our players are not really at the level that Eric wants them. Imagine where they will be when he wants them at that. It's always easy to pick. If I have to criticize, I'll criticize some players and praise some players, but that's not how football is. It takes a team to win matches. The ones who didn't play well deserve to be here. If they don't deserve to be here, the coaches won't pick them. I think the Super Eagles did exceptionally well from the second half onto the extra time, delivering the result that they needed. We will be here today crying and complaining if they had lost the game by playing well.
Would have gone home.
We would have. You'll be in Lagos.
I would have changed my flight immediately.
Paris. We would not be here. You understand? So
Sure.
sometimes we need to do that. The players have learned the lessons. They can watch themselves back. The coaches is doing analysis of how they played. I think there are 1 or 2 areas that they could improve, areas that they could do well. They've done magically well against Benin to rescue and drag themselves here. They have done well to get themselves to the finals. DR Congo will not be easy, and that is 1 step away from the intercontinental playoff. You snooze,
You lose.
you lose.
Eric Shell said in a private conversation that if you're playing regularly for your club, you stand the chance to be in the Super Eagles. I mean, I'm asking because of Chidera, Ejuke, and Awaziem. I mean, Ejuke basically has not been invited for years, right? I'm doing well with Sevilla now in La Liga, but then he gets an invite, he comes in, and even what he could not get in his earlier stint, 2021, 2022, he gets his first goal. Do you think Eric Shell would totally walk the talk of Super Eagles is open for everybody, just be performing at club level?
I think Eric has done well in terms of managing information. He's done well in terms of managing his players and how people react. If he had listened to the fans, Ekong would not be in this squad. If he had listened to the fans, we would not have the captain and the leader in this squad, because the fans really wanted him gone after the own goal and all of that. But he's still here because Eric is not just a coach, he's a leader, and he's also a man manager. That is what some of our ex-international lack. When they were criticizing them, they were rather criticizing the players. Eric has taken everything under control. He's put himself in front of the media to speak and protect his players. I think something that he has done well, that other people should learn from, is how to manage the team, how to manage the players, and how to manage expectations. Yeah. He kept saying to them, "Oh, I'm still working on my team."
True.
He's gone from diamond. He's going to probably go on silver and every style.
We feel just they play bronze next.
Anything, because Nigerians, you see, in Nigeria, I love what Clemens Vesterhoff said in the 90s. He said in Nigeria, there are 150 million coaches, but I'm grateful. I'm the only technical advisor. So all of them in Nigeria are managers. All of us think because we have a phone, we can criticize the team and all of that. First and foremost, before you're a journalist, you're a fan of the Super Eagles.
Fact.
So what we can easily say, when the team plays badly, yes, they play badly. We need to criticize them objectively, analyze and talk about some of the things they could do better. But when they've done well, you've got to praise them, because whether you like it or not, Qatar World Cup, Nigeria didn't go. If they didn't go, if they are not going to go to the next World Cup, it's going to affect the fans.
True.
So they should just understand that the Super Eagles is all we have.
Okay, and finally, on a final note, okay, sorry, not a final note, but quite recently we had an episode just recently here that where we had the players are downing tools and all of that stuff, and the federation having to interface and National Sports Commission. Now, I don't want to ask the elephant in the room how long it has taken, how long were they owed for, but do you think, I mean, I know you're privy to conversation on both sides of the aisle. Do you, from your estimation, have they found a resolution that works for all parties, or did one group have to compromise?
Unfortunately, every time they have a strike, we always think they've come together and they have resolved everything, only for it to rear its ugly head again. I think in 2025, Nigeria shouldn't be talking about bonuses, allowances, and all of that, because the people in charge should understand that a lot of international media are always looking for those kind of stories about Nigeria, because
Sure.
we've given them the templates on how we have a way of not how to go into tournaments. That's how we operate. We always go with match bonus row, coaches unpaid, all of these problems. So this time around, I don't know if it has been resolved completely, but what I can say is that the players are happy. They've been paid. Well, they haven't been paid for the match the victory over Gabon. No. But as far as it is now, some bonuses from 2019 have been sacrificed by some of the players. They've said that we are still here. We are part of this team. We can overlook some of those problems, because these are problems that Ibrahim Gusso, to be fair to him, inherited from the previous administration. And they tend to understand the president of the Nigerian Football Federation. The Nigerian Sports Commission too, on their own part, are saying we are trying. But here's the thing. I think information management is the key problem there. People don't actually communicate with the players, and those communications, there's a problem in between, because when the players read on social media or they hear the president giving them money, people need to say, look, this money has come,
but it may not come out immediately.
You understand? But they are not sharing that, and those players, whether we like it or not, we are the same people that will blame them after football and say, wait, what did you do with your money?
Your money do?
Now, this time around,
they want it.
If they finish playing and they give them their money, if they come with Oga, go and sit down. Nobody care about you anymore, because they are teachers, they are soldiers, there are people who are serving Nigeria as well, more or less like footballers as well, but in a different capacity. Footballers get a chance, 5-star hotel and everything, pay them their dues, and we would have this embarrassing episode come to an end. I hope it's been resolved. I hope it is sorted out. I hope we don't go into the Afcon still talking about match bonuses, because in 2025, it's a big shame for a country like Nigeria to be crying over bonuses and allowances.
Ladies and gentlemen, you've heard it from the legend himself, Shina Okeleji. And let them not flog me in my village, but thank you so much for hanging out on this. He just analyzed Nigeria versus Gabon and looked at the entire Super Eagles. It's a beautiful one to have. Thank you so much, boss. Legend. Remember, the team plays on Sunday. It is you snooze, you lose. Nigeria versus DR Congo. We'll catch them, we'll flog them. We are out.